Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MMA game. It is your boy, the Silverback Rasta, Cameron Roget, and I'm coming to you live from the MMA game studios somewhere in sunny California, San Diego. Now, before I get into it, you already know I got to introduce you guys to Mr. Bear Paw Cariss. I just gave him a new nickname, guys. If you know, he actually is now the DC, the double motherfucking champ. DC Ryan Cariss. Now, today's episode, guys, we are going to have a fight. It's going to be a UFC fight night in the beautiful Paris, France. It is going to be your boy, Renato Moicano against Benoit Saint-Denis. And it is a fight night. Can't wait, cannot wait, cannot wait. But Mr. Bearpaw himself, how are you doing?
My dude, my homie, my guy, Silverback Cameron Roget. We are blessed to be back in the studio again and talk about UFC Fight Night, UFC Sphere, UFC. Anything else?
Yeah, just all things UFC, I guess, because I don't think anything else popped. Actually, yeah, they did have some boxing over the weekend. Anthony Joshua got knocked the fuck out.
More than once.
That was bad.
That was real bad. Real bad. When they didn't even count the one where he grabbed him from behind and put his hands down and they still let him go up and punch him again and knock him out.
Even worse than that is I didn't see any advertisement for this fight. I only knew it happened because I was on Instagram and I saw people or somebody posted that he got knocked out. And then I saw the knockout and I was like, oh, this was today?
Yeah.
God damn, he got knocked out.
Bad.
Yeah. Really bad.
Yeah. No, I saw it Friday and I was like, wait, that's today or tomorrow? Okay, cool. I at least knew, but I hadn't seen nothing. Nothing. And I was a little surprised. I was like, wait, you're having the heavyweight champion of the world.
Crazy.
Is he heavyweight, right?
I don't know. Did he win the shot?
He's got something. He's got something WBO or WBC. Sorry,
it's a big deal because he's English, and I think the other guy was English too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two English guys. Mm-hmm. I think he needed this in order to like skyrocket his. Yeah, but unfortunately, that got fucking derailed. It didn't fucking work.
Well, it looks good for the other guy. I don't even know his name.
Crazy. Well, before we dive into Cariss and his activities this past weekend, I do kind of want to go back. I know you mentioned a little bit earlier about the UFC Sphere. Right? Noche UFC. Ooh. Cariss, what were your thoughts?
It was an amazing display, an amazing entertainment display of production, right?
Right.
Now, I'm saying that kindly because the show took the entertainment industry to another level. Let's just admit that, right? Going to an event is now going to be a different way of going to it because they have now raised the bar. And UFC loves to do that. And we love it that the UFC loves to do that because that's why they're the best and that's why they've been around the longest. And that's why you know all their fighters.
Right.
Kind of like you don't know any Bellator fighters except for maybe one. And that's about it. Yeah, exactly. But the fact that this was so good was you and I were talking about it. And when you were watching it on television, you wanted to be there. And they did such a good display of showing it on TV that it made you want to be like, oh my God, I want to go to one of these events. Yeah. Right. And we were already talking about it, being like, dude, when are they going to do this again? They should do the 4th of July for America and do that one. They should do a bunch of other ones. We were even talking about it. They should do it every 4 years, just like the World Cup. They should make it that much more entertaining. Be like, hey, we got this big event coming up every 4 years. You got to look out for it. This is the main one. And they did. They killed it. I thought they killed it.
I thought presentation-wise, I think you said it perfectly, right? They absolutely killed it from just presentation and the different worlds, the story. Insane. Like, that was cool. I mean, the fights didn't really replicate what was being seen in the Sphere, but I think at the end of the day, like, and you go and look at it by presentation-wise, it was absolutely killed it. Like, they killed it. So I want to give a huge shout out to all the employees at the UFC that took part in that, because man, it was definitely something. If you have a little Mexican heritage in your background, like, dude, that's something to really look forward to, because it was really cool. They did I guess the Hispanic heritage, the Mexican heritage, they did a great job of just putting that out there and giving love to them, which I thought was amazing.
And we watched it again. I've watched it twice just for the simple fact of just trying to watch the show. The event that they put on. I wasn't really watching for the fights all that much. I was trying to see what was in between. So it was that entertaining. And I'm glad that they did it. And I hope they do it again. But he said it's only a one-off.
Nah, they're going to do it again because I think there's one athlete that needs to touch the Sphere.
Who'd that be?
Conor McGregor definitely needs to touch the Sphere if it's going to be his last fight in the UFC. I think they save it. Whether you do it on fucking St. Paddy's Day, whether you do it for 4th of July. But I think if he recently just came out saying he has a fight lined up for 2025 and he's probably done.
Supposedly.
If that's the case, I think you save that bad boy for McGregor, because
why not?
I mean, bro.
All right, they should have an Irish Heritage Month on that one.
In there, in the Sphere, that walkout.
Yeah, the ticket prices for that are going to go insane.
And let him do his thing.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Did you see that they all had the wristbands, kind of like you were talking about when you saw the Conor one, and they all lit up in that place? And wow,
it was just cool, bro. Yeah. It was cool. It was cool to see
drones flying around and everything. And then Dana talking about how long it took them to set it up because they don't have the lights that were sitting above the cage. They had to bring in other lights from outside, and you can't see them. You have to hide everything, and just the having to go through that and all the struggles and everything. Like, wow, good job.
A lot went into that production. Job. Now, I mean, we could talk about the fights, and I think, I guess we could start off with the. Do you want to start with the early prelims? I mean, there was only one fight. Roasted? No? Okay.
Well, okay. I don't like that he even called out the fact that he owed 50 G's, Dana, for what? For a decision? No, bro.
Absolutely not.
Stop it.
I'll say there was a nasty cut in the prelims, right? Norma Dumont against Irene Aldana. That shit was disgusting.
The nastiest cut probably in the UFC history.
Fucking heart of her? On Irene, dude. Yeah. Jesus. I mean, that gash was from here all here. My finger's still going. Bam, right there.
I don't know why it wasn't stopped.
Ends on the other.
I honestly don't know why it wasn't stopped. I've seen fights stopped for less 100%. Than that. Just right on the right there. Hers was going down her whole forehead and going across her face. I would say, like, dude.
Besides the main event, I felt like the referees in this event, they let it go.
They did.
They let things go.
They did a little bit more.
Now, Herb Dean, I still think he's one of the best refs that we have in the game.
O'Day Osborne.
His fight, the main event, I was like, bro, come on. Don't tell him to work. No. Don't tell him. Just leave him.
When they're
just
on their feet and they're circling each other,
maybe you're excited because you got to see, and maybe they're telling you, hey, we need these guys going at each other. But I thought it was a little bit too handsy from him. Other than that, like, yeah, you mentioned O'Day Osborne, like, fucking, he knocked out Ronaldo.
He was out. He was out on the ground, and like he was on the wrong side, and he went around, and he woke up right when he ran on the other side. It was a split second. I understand why he didn't, but exactly what you're saying right here, they let the fights go.
Yeah.
And they let that one go, and unfortunately it turned around the other way that O'Day ended up losing.
Yeah.
And what's weird is some of the refs didn't give him, or some of the judges didn't give him a 10-8 on that round. It was like a 10-9 or something in there. Yeah. And it was like, wait a minute.
Again, I still think they just need clarification when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like, we need clarification when it comes to a 10-8. What is actually a 10-8? What makes these guys get a 10-8 round? I just think they need to just change the whole scoring format for MMA purposes.
They do.
Right after that, I called it. I'm 2 for 2 right now, guys.
You are.
Daniel Zellhuber against Esteban Rigovich was definitely the fight of the night. That could not. I mean, I'm watching on the edge of my seat, and I have no real horse in the race, and I'm like, dude, fucking hell, this is the fight. This is why I tuned into the Sphere.
Yes, yeah.
And I told everybody in the house to watch the fucking fight.
You know what's funny is I had a buddy at work. He was like, hey, what fight are you really looking forward to? And I was like, I'm looking for the Zellhuber and this one. He's like, wait, which one?
Yeah.
Like, who?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, bro, just watch that one. All of a sudden, the next day I go back to work. He's like, dude, you were right. Like, that was the best fight of the night. I was like, I know.
Guys, I'm not here to brag, but I'm telling you this.
He's been right.
I'm gonna tell you guys a fight where I might not pick big names. I'm being very honest with you. I may not pick big names. I'm not even if they may seem random to you, I've done my homework. I know what these guys are gonna bring. I didn't expect the result, right? I had Daniel winning it, but unfortunately it didn't go that way. But it still gave us the fucking fight of the night.
I have an example where I won. Peyton Talbot. Yes. There you go. Go on. Keep moving.
I do my homework.
I know.
I do.
I know. And I
love this sport. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
You like my little macho man voice. And then after that, this one, it broke my heart because Brian Ortega got absolutely demolished by Diego Lopez. Yes, you called it, Mr. Bearpaw himself. Fuck, that was rough to watch.
Yes.
That was rough.
Sorry, I don't want to say I told you so because you already kind of knew. Right, this isn't an "I told you so" situation. This is Brian Lopez, or excuse me,
Brian. He combined them.
Diego Lopez here. He's a beast, bro. Like he's going to come in with problems for everybody within this division, and he just showed it. Like he showed his hands were that much better, and that's why he won the fight. The grappling was pretty even, kind of, but nobody got themselves in a horrible situation that they weren't able to get out of, kind of like the Volk situation. But Diego just showed that he's well adversed everywhere in this division. He's going to be a fucking problem.
I think people need to be careful.
Yes.
If you are looking to challenge for the belt, you need to be careful of this guy because he is scary. Now I know Aljamain dropped out of his fight coming up, and Evlov is looking for an opponent. I know they fought in the past. Evlov beat him.
That was his first fight in the UFC.
But I like what Diego did.
Yeah.
Right? Diego said, "Nah, I'm good. I want somebody else."
I'm glad he did that. Somebody else. Good for him.
Which is fine. Like, because I think there's going to be another moment where their paths do cross, and it could be for something bigger, like a number one contender or something.
Yeah.
But I think right now, like Diego, he's beat Brian Ortega was number 3 for how long?
Wow. For years, bro.
Years. And
he's that top 5 guy no matter what.
And it's not just the fact that he beat him; it's how he beat him.
Yeah. No.
Beat him bad, bro. Beat him bad.
Broke
my fucking heart.
Too.
Broke my heart.
Beat him up. Look at his face and everything, dude. He damage and everything on that one. He beat him up.
Yeah. So next, I do want to combine the co-main and the main, because I think it was a tale of two stories. Right now, you had a sphere that was bumping and jumping.
Right
if you're in the sphere, your seat's probably moving to the haptic beats, right? And then Alexa Grasso, Valentina Shevchenko, Sean O'Malley, and Merab Dashvili came out and gave us. I'm not going to say it was boring, and hear me out. I'm not going to say it was boring. I think it was one, you're seeing Valentina come out, and remember, they drew there last time. So she's coming out and saying, fuck that, I'm not drawing. I'm coming to beat her. I know she doesn't really have a ground game. I'm going to beat her there.
And also, she was saying that she won 3 of the 4 first rounds within the first fight. So she was actually winning the first fight, and then she got caught with 100%. That rear naked choke. So she, in her eyes, she's still the champ.
Not making
because of those reasons. Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Not making that mistake again, which is fair. Okay,
I give completely.
Grasso tried as much as she could. She was throwing submissions from the bottom. Boom. But Valentina, she won that.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, clearly.
Next, you had Merab against Sean. It started off fucking weird. I'll be very honest with you. I had no clue what was going on. Right? Herb telling them no coaching, whatever. And
why do you get to step in, Herb? Like, what are you doing?
What the fuck?
What?
And then, it's kind of a similar fight. We saw the wrestling just take over the striker. And this is where I think as fans, we kind of forget, right? There is jiu-jitsu against wrestling. It's a toss-up. I'm going to go jiu-jitsu. Wrestling against a striker, it's going to go to the wrestler.
It's going to the wrestler.
Jiu-jitsu against striker, going to the jiu-jitsu. Because we know if the striker gets taken down, it's really hard for them unless they have a big background in the arts of jiu-jitsu and the arts of wrestling, then they have a chance.
Right.
But we've seen this time and time again, and I feel like this fight was the same thing.
It was the same thing.
Merab just took him down, and then from there we're waiting. I think we all knew Sean has that one punch. Yeah. He has that one punch, and we're waiting. But the pressure,
he wasn't able to catch him.
Fucking Merab,
and he's dancing in front of him the whole time, not sitting in one spot, just completely moving,
kissing his neck, all kind of shit. Like when I saw that, I'm like, Merab's on a different level. Like he's already won. He's already fucking won. And Sean just never clicked.
Never got in the fight. And then all of a sudden I heard he had a torn labrum. And it's like, wait, did that affect him at all? He didn't say it himself. It came out like he's getting surgery. And I'm not saying it did, because I think Merab stymied Sean O'Malley's game.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
I mean, he did what Aljo should have done.
Completely.
Right?
Yeah.
You see where Aljo fell for the trap. Boom, got knocked out. You see Merab completely different. He didn't give Sean no time to rest, no time to fucking control the distance. Just right in his face, right in his face. Take him down. Keep him on the ground. Get him back up. Take him back down. For those of you that don't know, it's very grueling.
Oh God,
that's very, very fucking grueling. Trust me. And shout out to DC right next to me, right here. He's gonna tell you guys how fucking hard that is too.
Oh, it is.
Right?
It is. It sucks.
I think that's a great transition point. So now, before we talk about UFC Fight Night,
jeez.
We have to talk about the past event that happened in San Diego. Now, Cariss, it is to my knowledge that you entered into a jiu-jitsu tournament.
Sure did.
And okay, so did the event start on Friday or Saturday?
Saturday.
Started on Saturday.
Friday we did weigh-ins for my first time.
What did you have to weigh in at?
I had to weigh in at 140.9. My weight division was bantamweight division, so it was 130.9 to 139.9. But they allow you a pound of weight to be able to make it just in case. So technically, I could be 140.9.
Okay.
Right. I actually weighed in at 136.7.
Okay.
Which is insanely light for me. And because I typically walk around at 145, but then I lost 5 pounds from doing jiu-jitsu because I've lost everything around my waist from doing abs and everything and core all the time. And then the past 2 weeks I've been on camp mode. In the fact that I'm not just trying to eat bullshit. right? So I actually took away all my sweets and took away all my extra stuff that I eat at night.
Right.
And then now I've lost 4 pounds because of doing that. So just so you know, I'm saying these things because I know you're going to start cutting weight. Yeah. Those small little things do make a difference, baby. Right.
Well, the good thing is I've already stopped sugar.
Oh, good.
I've stopped sugar.
The other one is sodas. Unfortunately,
good thing I don't drink soda.
There you go.
Good thing I don't.
Even better.
And those of you that are
candies.
questioning, it's sparkling water.
And candies. Yep. I love Three Musketeers and Milky Ways and those type of things and gummy worms.
That's good.
Yeah, and so I had to cut those out.
Did you have to did you feel the need to rehydrate after you weighed in?
No.
You felt good.
I felt fine.
Okay.
I felt fine. And that's why I was a little nervous because I knew that I was doing the bantamweight division.
Yeah.
But I had to enter the featherweight division.
Okay.
Because there was nobody else available in the bantamweight division for the masters and director that I had signed up for. So there's the older division. So I had to actually move one of my divisions down to adult division, which is 18 and older, in order to be able to get more matches.
Okay.
And then the weird thing was the featherweight division that I was in had 3 people in it.
Yeah.
And then I got moved to 1. And then my bantamweight division had 1 in it. And then I got to move to 3. So I got 3 fights over the weekend. But it was weird because I was only supposed to get like 2, and then all of a sudden it changed out, and so it was good though. It was good.
So I'm not gonna ask the intricate stuff like where was your mindset. I don't want anybody to get a little insight on you, right? Because now you're competitive
a little bit.
So I guess how were you? It's the first match. What's the mindset? What is the body feeling like? How are you feeling? Don't give us anything about the game plan. Don't let anything sneak out.
No,
how were you there?
I'll touch on that. I was actually really good on that because the event started at 1 o'clock for the adults. The kids were in the morning.
Okay.
So I actually got there at noon, and I just wanted to like walk around, get the feel for things, relax a little bit. I had lunch before. I was kind of like getting it out and just watching some of the kids matches and everything, which is. Dude, it's crazy. These kids are so good. Huh? Yeah, it's insane. It's fun to watch. Look how good they're.
Wish you did it as a kid, huh?
Yes. Yeah. The things that they do. I'm trying to talk people into it because it's only a 1-day thing for the weekend. Right. It's not 2, 3, or 4 like it is for soccer.
No,
it's 1 day.
Don't get me started.
It's just 1 day, guys.
Don't get me started.
I know. Sorry, where was I going?
You were talking about walking around. You had lunch.
Yes, walking around, had lunch, and so the schedule kept changing. And the reason why it kept changing was because they had new people that would come in that would sign up, or some people weighed in at a different weight, so they had changed them weight classes.
Oh, so if you miss weight, they move you into...
They can, depending on what's available within this system.
And you can register the same day?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, people could have paid, but I got a cheaper rate because
because you signed up earlier,
so,
right?
Yeah, it's only that, right?
Okay.
So that was good. And like I said, I had to go in the featherweight division because there was more people in there.
Right.
I weighed at 136.7, and then my guy that I fought against, my first match, weighed at 148, and it was a featherweight division. So that my first match ever was for a gold.
Okay. All right. Money's on the table.
It was because if I stayed in my other division where nobody was in, they would have just handed you gold and been like, here you go.
Yeah, that's
like, no, that's stupid. Like, I'm here for the experience. I'm here to get mat time. I'm not here to like win a gold and just walk away and like be like, hey, look at me. Yeah. No. I'm here to compete. And I'm here to get the experience, which is why I'm telling you, you need to get one under you before you do the big one that you want. Right.
Yeah, but I like to fucking go in the fire, guys.
I know.
Fuck that.
I know. So more people, my guys, started showing up. The weird thing is they keep changing it throughout the day. So even though you're scheduled for one time and you're mentally ready to be at this time, then all of a sudden they moved it 20 minutes earlier. So I'm sitting there watching my buddies and their matches and everything, and I'm rooting them on. And I'm like, okay, cool. I have an hour to get ready, or I have 45 minutes to get ready, and I'm going to get ready at this time. Then all of a sudden I had a half an hour to get ready, even though I had an hour.
How do they notify you? Is it by email, text?
It's on an app.
Okay,
so we go into the brackets. Okay. We go into there and excuse me, not the app. It's their website, but it's got the brackets onto it. And you just go in the bracket, you click on what you're doing, and it shows your times.
Okay.
Right then and there, because you sign up as a profile and everything. Right. And they're able to do that. Tell you red or green, so I had to put that thing around my ankle, whether red or green and everything. Right. And they tell you what time it is. So I got stuck with the featherweight, and he was 148, and weight plays a huge factor difference within this game, and a huge factor that you don't really know until you're actually in there and you're going against somebody that's still going 100%. Yeah. And that's the other factor is I have to say that is that when you're in the gym, it is a completely different game than it is going into competition, because in the gym, you're just working on things. You're kind of just trying to get to position. Yeah,
Right.
you're going pretty quick, but when your adrenaline's running and you have to get to a certain spot and somebody's trying to race you that spot and you're getting here and you're getting there, like, oh dude, it's fast. It's not a light little thing. Like you're going hard. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you guys need as much mat time as you can. It's not just going in 1 day a week and working for an hour, 2 days a week and working for an hour. Like, I pride myself on this one because I've been going in 3 days a week, 4 days a week, and I'm getting 2 to 3 hour sessions every single time.
Nice.
And I'm sitting there learning and talking to guys and trying to get it down. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if, like, you watch my video, you're like, dude, your game's actually pretty good. Like, I'm starting to get that flow, and it's because I've had so many rolls with so many different people, right? That I'm learning certain techniques from rolling. Right. I'm not learning techniques as much as my fundamentals little class and trying this and trying that. Yeah. I'm learning on the fly as I'm rolling with people. So the more mat time that you get and the more times rolls that you get, take that in, because then come competition time, you're like, oh, I learned from so-and-so how to do this, or I learned from so-and-so, or guess what? Oh, I need here. And you're just automatically just doing it. Yeah. I didn't really have to think as much as I do when I'm going against a brown belt or a purple belt or a black belt, being like, oh, they put their foot here. Okay, now I need to put here. No, it's instinctual after a while. So that's why I say get as much mat time as you can, and get as many partners as you can. Get guys that are heavier than you too, because I was rolling against guys that are my weight and I was pushing them around a little bit, because I'm used to rolling against guys like you that are just heavy as fuck, and I just cannot get you off of me. I'm just trying to get to a small position, but with that I'm just like pop, 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 I'm getting to spots.
So let me ask you this. Now, obviously, the audience doesn't know how you won that fight, and I think maybe we should post it.
I can say it,
right? I think you should post.
I don't mind the first one. I'm proud of the first one.
I'm gonna ask you this: actually. Once you realized you had him compromised, what's going through your head?
Oh, okay. So my first match again was the featherweight division, and this kid had a couple competitions, and he's 148 pounds. He had his shirt off, so he's a little slippery. I couldn't grab on as easy, because sometimes you can get a hook around the back and get under their armpit, and the shirt allows you to hold on a little bit. But when it's slippery, you're just slipping right out. Right. So we were trying to collar tie every single time and grab under wrist, and we kept going back and forth. We kept trying to snatch each other. I couldn't snatch him down because he had so much extra weight. Right. And I'm used to that with guys like you that are just extra, and I just can't get their head down. A lighter weight guy, I get your head down, I get under, I'm hooking, I'm throwing you place to place. I couldn't get him down there, but I started thinking about it and using it as a strategy. Every time I would go to that same exact thing, I'd go to the same well to set something up else later. Right. So he, all of a sudden, I wrapped him and he just ducked down, grabbed my leg, put me down on the ground. I'm scrambling as quick as I can because he can get 3 points if he gets to a position to be able to attack. He gets 2 points for the takedown. Okay. But I'm trying to get out of it as quick as I can to try to frame and get my body so he can't get into attack mode. Right. Because then he gets 3 points. Right. So he had 2 points within the first 2 minutes, and I'm down and I'm losing. Right. So I'm not too happy, except for the fact that, okay, cool, I got to get this back. Yeah. We're going back and forth, tussling back and forth. And he had got me into a position where he almost got me down. We were in the dogfight position where I had the wizard and an underhook, and I started throwing him, and he just let go for some reason. I don't know why. And I was just like, okay, that was a mistake by you, bro. You just let me go and gave me a chance to get back up, take your ass down. I got 30 seconds left in this fight to be able to do it. And my coach yells at me like, hey, you got to do something. Otherwise you're going to lose this. I'm like, okay, go up to him, fake the collar tie, put it up there. His hands go up, his head goes up. I go down, I shoot, I grab a single, put my hand right under his nuts, pick him up and dump him to the right in order to be able to dump him. And right as I dump him, he all of a sudden is stupid and goes to turtle. If anybody knows what turtle is, you're on your hands and your knees facing the ground. And the bad part about that for him is I take his back. So I get 2 points for the takedown and I get a point for the attack because now I'm on his back. Okay. So I got 3 points in the last 30 seconds to win the match. Perfect. Perfect. So as I'm on top of him, though, I had the most ridiculous muscle pump that I've ever had in my life. Have you ever had muscle pump?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So if anybody doesn't know what muscle pump is, it's where your forearms just go completely solid and you can't grab anything. You can't hold on to anything. So when I was trying to dig into my hands in the last 30 seconds, I couldn't get my hands around him. I couldn't get a hold of him. So I hear my coach yell, do a face crank. So I stick my hand right in his face, right here, kind of like I told you, grab him back of my hand, and I just start yanking on him. And he starts going back. The ref goes stop, and right as the ref goes stop, he goes tap, tap. So I won by tap and I won by points, but it was by points on that one in order to be able to do it. And I just won a gold for featherweight division.
So
that's one.
What's the feeling? What is that feeling?
So I told myself that I'm not going to celebrate when I'm on the mat because I didn't want to be that guy celebrating in front of the other person. I wanted to be respectful. So I walked to him, shook his hand, shook the other guy's hand. But inside, I accomplished my goal. My goal was to come to the tournament and not lose my first match. I wanted to win my first match. And then everything else from that was just gravy on top of it, right?
Sick.
It just made it that much more comfortable and just made me that much more at ease because the entire couple of weeks I've been asking people, do I need to go in this fight with like a blackout mode, or do I need to go in happy and comfortable and cool and calm? Like, what do I need to do here? Because as soccer players, I think you're the same way. When I play soccer, I go in happy. I'm in a good mood when I play, because if I'm in a bad mood, a lot of times what happens is I get down on myself and I get hard. I try to do too much versus me just having fun and enjoying it. And when I'm having fun and enjoying it, dude, I will murder you on that field. Yeah. Like every single time, because I'm just enjoying it and just allowing it to happen. And I know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I think, I'd agree with you. I mean, I want to be in a good mood, but I'm the quiet guy. Yeah. I put the headphones on. Just don't talk to me. That's coming up for the final. Weird headspace.
That's coming for the final, though.
Weird headspace there.
That one for the final.
But then once I take the field, then I'll just let magic happen. Okay, so we win gold now.
Yep.
We're getting ready for the next one. How you feeling now? Obviously, confidence must be fucking skyrocketed, right? You're high.
It is.
You're high off of just winning.
Yes.
Let me clarify that. The team's obviously there supporting you.
Yep.
Now, what's the prep for the next one?
Prep for the next one is I went over to the mat that they had for everyone to be able to warm up, did my stretching, did a couple of different little rolls, little different techniques, thought of what I wanted to do leading up to this, because for the past couple of weeks, the one thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to take your back and I wanted to rear naked choke you.
Okay.
Right. And there's a particular way that I wanted to do it. And I had envisioned this for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just knowing once I get this dude into this spot, I'm taking your back and I'm wrapping you up and you are done. Like you're done. So the guy was lighter than me. He was like 135 when he weighed in, a little bit skinnier. And I could tell immediately right away, I was like, no, you're in trouble, bro, because I can grab onto you and you don't have that strength that I'm used to amongst other guys, especially since I just fought a guy that had way more strength than you. And then to go to you, it makes it easier. So you'll see in the video, I put my hand out a little bit, like, go ahead, grab my hand, like teasing him a little bit. Just like, go ahead. And so he grabbed onto it and I just pulled it away. I'm like, okay, I know what I'm dealing with here. Yeah. I grabbed a little collar tie on purpose and just kind of gave a little shake, like, okay, and let it go, because then he grabbed me back and did it. And I was like, okay. And we kind of circled for a second and he grabbed me again with a collar tie. And right when he did that, I pushed it off, grabbed his right hand and just held onto it. Grabbed onto his wrist and just held on it. You'll see it in the video. And all of a sudden he's just like, and we're just going around in circles. I'm just holding on to it. Guys, I do a lot of pull-ups so I can hold on to stuff really, really good. I highly recommend it if you want to get in shape, is do that. So I'm holding on to it. And then all of a sudden he's stupid and he grabs me by a collar tie with his other hand. So I have his one hand open. His collar tie's over here. There's a huge ass gap sitting right in front of me in order to be able to take this dude down. Throw his hand that way, go for a single, pick him up. I didn't want to dump him because I didn't know rule-wise, if I dump him too much, I could get disqualified.
Is that a rule?
Yeah, you can be, because remember how you can't slam. Okay. So I didn't want to dump and they considered it a slam. Yeah. So I picked him up. He got me in a little guillotine kind of, which was fine because I already circled out. I went to the correct side in order to get him off me, and I kind of just laid him down a little bit. And then the good thing was he had his hand around my neck. And the part about that was then I could go for the head and arm triangle because he's stupid and held on to it. And I'm on my side and my buddy's yelling at me, get a knee across belly, knee across belly. I cleared the knee across belly, got my mount. Started to get the head and arm triangle because he had it right here.
So are you winning on points right now?
Yeah, I think it's like right? I think it's like 4-0 at this point because I got the takedown and I got the attack and I got the mount.
Because mount, how much is mount?
Mount's 2 points.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, so you're dominating right now.
Yeah, and my buddy was sitting there yelling, being like, and that's the mount, that's 2 points. Ref, that's 2. Ref, that's 2. Ref, that's 2. And the ref was like, thank you.
Did the ref announce who scores points?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what he has the red and the green on.
Okay.
So I think I was green, doesn't matter, but he put the green hand up and then they put the points on the thing. So I'm mounted on him, right? And I'm mounted and I have his rear, I have the head and arm triangle on my left arm and I'm sitting there and I'm starting to squeeze it and I feel him squirm a little bit. So I'm like, okay, what are you trying to do here? And I see him squirming this way. So I kind of just let it go a little bit in order to be able to let him turn and go belly down because I want your back.
Right.
Like, give me your back. I'm good at the head and arm triangle, but give me your back because what I've been envisioning for the past 2 weeks is give me your back. So he turns. I get the rear naked choke in, at least my hand in, get my 2 hooks in, flatten them out, get that in, and take my hand out. And he goes to the side, which is exactly what I wanted, because then I grab the 5-0, put it under my leg, trap it in, and then I have one hand grabbed in, I have one hand under his leg, and I just cinch it in and just rear naked choke, and bam, and he's out. Done. Now, that was the one that I've been waiting and envisioning for weeks.
Do it, Mr. Bear Paw himself.
Minute and 30 seconds, minute and 25, something like that. Fight over, done. That's semifinals.
Easy money.
Semifinal.
Easy money. So that's the semis.
Yep.
So now semis is done. You're in the final. Talk us through it.
In the final, I was guaranteed a little nervous going into this one because I saw the dude that I was going against. Nothing I was afraid against. I was just like, oh, yeah, I got this one. But you never know, because he beat the dude that I just beat, but he beat him by points, as I saw later. I should have probably looked at that before, maybe give me a little more confidence going into it, being like, oh, you got points on this guy, and I submitted him with a minute and 25 seconds. Like, I got this, right? So it was a good little scrap because it was a back and forth. I had him in a little bit of a collar tie that I was about to push him down, but we got close to the side of the mat, so I had to circle a little bit, which was a mistake on my part. I should have just gone off the mat, right? Learning lesson for you. If you're going off the mat, don't try to circle as if this is a soccer field and stay in bounds, right? Just go off the mat, because what I did was I circled back this direction, and what it did was it gave him position to put his left foot there and then take me down.
Okay.
So I made that mistake, and I know now, just go straight out. Don't try to like hug the line as if you're staying in bounds. Okay. So go. So he was able to take me down. Unfortunately, that gave him 2 points. So he's ahead on the scorecard like right away. I didn't give him position to be able to attack because I immediately got my frames out, got my legs in, and then I got him into my closed guard, which closed out the fact that he couldn't get any more points from that position. They then reset us in the middle, and he was in my half guard. And when he was in my half guard, he tried to pass, and then he wasn't able to pass, and then he got on top of him. He did pass, and he got to side control. Right when he got to side control, I stuck my legs up in there so he couldn't get his knee across to pass. That's what I was trying to say. Sorry. So he tried to do that, but he was trying to put so much extra pressure on me because I was stronger than him that he was trying to like pin me down with all of his weight and all of his elbow.
Right.
So he was putting all his weight on that side, and I had my hips in his way, so he couldn't put his hips across, my knees in the way, so he couldn't put his hips across and slice across and get on mount. So he's putting all his pressure into me. So I felt all his weight going this way. So I simply just stomped my foot on the ground as quick as I could, threw my right hand up and did a reversal and reversed him, and then got on top of him, got my hook in, got to his back, and then they had to stop us because we were off to the side. But I got to start off in the middle on his back. And so therefore, long story short, he kind of cheated a little bit because I'm supposed to get position on what I want when I'm in there. What he did was he was up here, and he sat down to my waist, which is not connecting because you're supposed to be ear to ear when you're on the back. Just so everybody knows, you're supposed to be head to head. Everything's supposed to be here so I can control. He's down here in my waist, and I'm just
pull him up.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there looking.
And when you see the video, your coaches did say pull him up.
He said pull him up.
Pull him up. And get seatbelt.
He did. I had the seatbelt on that side, and I look over like this, like no, should I say something? And all of a sudden the ref goes, go. And I was like, shit, okay. Yeah. So you see, I took my hand away because he put his hand there real quick, and I took my hand away on purpose because I wanted to reach around his back so that I wouldn't lose position.
Right.
He rolls, and I roll with him because I was smart enough to put my hand on his back.
Right.
Then I get around to the back, and I'm sitting on his back, and as I'm on his back, I start to put my left leg through in order to get the body triangle. As I get my left leg through, I connect my right leg to it just to pin it there. And I post my left hand on the ground. And right when I posted my left hand on the ground, he grabs it and grabs me by my elbow. It hurts my shoulder. Unfortunately, I didn't know it at the time, but I felt it now.
Going through that adrenaline rush.
Which is fine, right? And he pulled it, but he actually pulled it in a position where it was the rear naked choke, so it scared him a little bit. So it gave me time on my right side to take my right foot or leg and cinch up the rear, the body triangle, which, guys, this body triangle was nasty. It was nasty. And while I was doing that, I grabbed the 5-0, which means I had his wrist from under, so it was against his body, and his own arm was against his body, and my left leg, my foot was on the right side of his hip right there, putting pressure. So it gave me more pressure to be able to pull with my right leg. And I'm pulling to the left and pulling hard. And we rolled and got to the center, and he screams, like really loud, because I was putting so much pressure on his rib and everything that was a verbal tap. So he tapped and he lost, and the ref raised, and he got up like a little bit upset. I'm going to be nice here. He got up a little bit upset thinking that he got cheated out of it. But no, when you scream, that's a verbal tap. Everyone had to explain to him. I was going to be a dick and like sit in the center and be like, but no, I went up to him, shook his hand. It was all good. It's all a learning lesson. But the fact that I was able to choke him out with a move that I learned from one of the bigger guys and rolling around. Like, you're going to learn stuff from people that you don't expect to learn stuff from. And so that's why I say roll with as many as you can. But a great experience. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait for the next one. I'm going to do one in November now.
Boom.
Yep, Jiu-Jitsu Worlds.
Boom. That is big time, guys. So you heard it here first. Cariss' full-on experience at his first Jiu-Jitsu tournament.
Yep, double champ.
Double champ. Extremely excited and happy for my boy,
Thank
man.
You, bro.
It's a lot of hard work, a lot of hours.
It is.
Unseen hours, I should say, that a lot of people don't get to see. And obviously we talk about it on the side, and I'm just extremely happy for you, my dude.
Thanks,
like, it's big time,
Thanks,
man.
brother.
And you definitely inspired.
Yep.
The silverback.
Nice. I do want to give a shout out to Gabe. Thank you, brother, for showing up. I appreciate it, man. I know that Tunko and Cam couldn't do it. They were busy with their stuff. But Gabe, thank you, bro, for showing up. He actually showed up right at the final.
Okay.
I forgot to mention this part. I'm glad I actually went back to it.
Yeah, you can give a shout out to the team too, bro.
Oh, of course. I was going to do that at the end. But when I was warming up for the final match, for some reason there was like a little 5-minute little delay for some reason as we're standing there. So as I'm standing there, usually I do like the pace back and forth.
Yeah.
But I got the Corey Sandhagen pace back and forth in that one. You know, he does that little pop at the end and like turns around and turns around. That got my blood just flowing and my mind just started going. And all of a sudden I got one of the pops to start go back. I looked over and I see Gabe there. I'm like, yeah, and he gave a smile. I was like, bro, I got this. I got this. Fucking dope. And it got me mentally just ready into it. I wasn't mad. I was just like, okay, no. Like we're good. Like get into this. So like, yeah, that was fun. And
that is fucking big time. Fucking big time.
So
that's huge. November in the beach. November in the motherfucking beach. That is dope. So again, we'll post those videos, right? On the MMA game page, so you guys can check it out, see Cariss at work. And now we get ready for November. Now we get ready for November. That's going to be fucking amazing.
It will be.
Now, back to the UFC chat, because we do have that fight, just like we told you guys. UFC Fight Night Moicano against Denis happening in Paris, France. So I'm going to take you guys through the prelims. Taking us off in the very first fight in the men's lightweight division. We have Bolanji Oki against Chris Duncan. Right after that, we have Nora Cornell against Jacqueline Calvacanti. That's in the women's bantamweight division. In the men's flyweight division, we have Daniel Barez against Victor Altamarino. In the women's bantamweight division, we have Daria Zaleskanova against Eileen Perez. I think I did that one pretty well.
You're pretty good.
After that, in the men's bantamweight division, we have Taylor Lapilis against Vince Morales. After this is going to be Cam's pick for prelim fight of the night. You're going to have Ludovic Klein against Roosevelt Roberts.
Yes, sir.
I think that should be a good one. That's men's lightweight division. After that, we have Omar Sy against Dawoon Young in the men's light heavyweight division. That's going to be your co-main on the prelims. And then in the main event on the prelims, in the men's light heavyweight division, we have Ion Kutilaba against Ivan Erslan.
The Hulk?
Wow.
The Hulk. Hey.
So I kind of hope I get Roosevelt Roberts. Not gonna lie.
Well, I'm picking for the fans. I'm picking for me, and then you're picking for you.
Who you got?
Fans. Who do you got? You guys get Evslan.
Erslan?
Yes, that one.
Urslan, you got okay. So you got half of the main event on the prelims. Ivan Erslan, his record, guys, is 14-3.
Oh shit!
He's going against Ion Kutilaba, who's 17-10-1. Right, just a heads up, little stats there.
Who did I get here? I got Sy.
All right, Cariss has the half of the co-main Omar Sy light heavyweight division. He is actually 10-0.
Ooh, that's a good pick.
Fighting against Dawoon Jung, who is 15-5-1. And now the very best, the most entertaining guy in sports entertainment today. Yes, I'm talking about myself. I have
Roosevelt Roberts.
No. I have Vince Morales in the men's bantamweight division, who will be taking on Taylor Lapilis. Oof. Yeah, Taylor Lapilis is 20-4. Vince Morales is 16-7. But it's all good. I got my boy, and hopefully he gets it done.
Yeah, I don't even know if Roosevelt Roberts was in the hat.
Motherfucker. All good. Because now we're moving into the main card.
Yes, we are.
So the main card, we have kicking us off in the men's lightweight division. We have Faris Ziam against Matt Frevola.
Wow, in the lightweight division of 155 pounds from France, Fares Smile Killer Ziam is the favorite in this fight at -112. He's 26 years old, stands at 6'1" in this fighting style, is a kickboxer. He does have a professional record of 15 victories with 4 defeats, 5 wins by KO, 4 wins by submission, and 5 first-round finishes. He has 7 UFC fights, 5 victories with 2 defeats. Currently coming off a split decision victory over Claudio Puelles back in February of 2024. From USA, Matt, the steamroller Frevola, is the favorite in this fight at -108. So it's kind of a pick 'em. You got -112 and -108. Frevola is 33 years old, stands at 5'9", and his fighting style is a brawler. He has a professional record of 11 victories with 4 defeats and 1 draw, 4 wins by KO, 3 wins by submission, and 6 first-round finishes. He has 10 UFC fights, 5 victories with 4 defeats and 1 draw. Currently coming off of a KO defeat to BSD, Benoit St. Denis, back in November of 2023. Yes, sir, I'm going against France on this one. I'm going to go with the USA. Steamroller Frevola.
That's unfortunate because I'm definitely going with Faris. We are going on that 3-fight winning streak, by the way. So, yes, I'm going with him. I think he gets it done, and France is going to be popping.
Yeah, surprise. Not surprise.
Popping. I think next, guys, this is going to be a
good one.
I don't want to say like it's not going to be fight of the night, but I think it's going to be performer of the night. How's that? Okay. Performer of the night. I hope so. Morgan Charriere against Gabriel Miranda in the men's featherweight division.
Nice. You might have a change of mind after I read these stats. You might. But in the featherweight division of 145 pounds from France, his name is Morgan, the last pirate, Charriere.
I love that fucking nickname, bro.
He is the favorite in this fight at -585. Yeah, he's 20 years old, stands at 5 foot, and his fighting style is MMA. His professional record of 19 victories and 10 defeats and 1 draw, 11 wins by KO, 3 wins by submission, and 8 first-round finishes. He has 2 UFC fights, 1 victory and 1 defeat. Currently coming off of a split decision loss to Chepe Mariscal back in April 2024.
That was a good fight.
That was a good fight. We actually thought that the last pirate actually won that fight, but that's okay. That's not what it says on the record book now, does it? From Brazil. Is that what I'm on? Yes. Gabriel Fly is his nickname. Miranda is the underdog in this fight at +400. He is 34 years old, stands at 5'11", and his fighting style is a grappler. Yes, grappler versus a striker. Interesting. Professional record of 17 victories, 6 defeats, 16 wins by submission. 15 first-round finishes. Sorry. Had 2 UFC fights, 1 victory and 1 defeat. Currently coming off a submission victory over Shane Young back in September of 2023. Now, Morgan Charriere, the last pirate, is supposed to win this fight at -585. But when I tell you that you have a grappler going against you that has 16 victories by submission, 15 first-round finishes, this better not go to the ground for the last pirate because he's going to be in trouble, bro. He's going to be in trouble. Disclaimer.
Can't get taken down, bro. Cannot get taken down. Yeah, but I'm going. You know what's crazy? I'm probably going all France on this.
You probably are.
Like, I'm not going to lie. There's only one fight that I'm going to toss up. I'm not going to tell you what fight it is.
Beyond. But that's not even France anyway. Is Imavov?
Yes,
France?
he is.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, he is. Right. Okay, so we both go Morgan there?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
The last pirate.
Right after that, in the men's welterweight division, we have Bryan battle against Kevin Jousett.
Wow. Oof. This is the other fight of the night that I'm telling you guys to look at.
So this is your pick?
This is going to be, since you already had one, I'm picking this one.
Perfect.
Right?
I like that.
This for sure.
Because that is actually a really good choice.
Yeah.
Very good choice.
All right. In the welterweight division of 170 pounds from France, Kevin Jousett is the underdog of this fight at +136. He's 6'2", and his fighting style, he's 31 years old, stands at 6'2", and his fighting style is judo. He does have a professional record of 10 victories, of 2 defeats, 4 wins by KO, 4 first-round finishes. He has 2 UFC fights, 2 victories coming off of a decision victory over Song Kenyan back in December of 2023. From USA, Bryan, the Butcher Battle. That's a dope name.
Yeah.
-162 is the favorite in this fight. He's 29 years old, stands at 6'1". His fighting style is freestyle. He has a professional record of 11 victories and 2 defeats, 3 wins by KO, 6 wins by submission, and 3 first-round finishes. He does have 7 UFC fights, 5 victories, 1 defeat, and 1 no contest. Currently coming off that no contest to Angie Lusa with that eye poke when he called him, "You're a bitch because you didn't want to fight the rest of the fight and you called off back in March of 2024. I was whooping your ass.
I remember
I was whooping your ass and you bitched out. Yeah, I'm gonna let you choose first on this one because I'm
Kevin
going.
Jousett.
That's what I'm going. Even though he's the underdog, I'm going with Kevin Jousett.
I'm probably going all France on this.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be a tough one for Kevin Jousett though. Bryan Battle's coming. He wants to prove something now after that last one, and he's been doing well, bro. His fight's been flowing.
He has been doing well.
He was.
But
Kevin Joussett's
it's kind of hard for me to go against my French guys.
He's the Dow right now, just going up and up and up. Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be tough.
Kevin
but
Jousett.
after that, in the men's featherweight division, we have William Gomis against Joanderson Brito.
Mm-hmm. That's another good one.
And they're both on fight streaks, by the way. Go ahead, hit it.
Yeah, in the featherweight division of 145 pounds from France. His name is William Jaguar Gomis, is the underdog in this fight at plus 215. He is 27 years old, stands at 6 foot tall, and his fighting style is MMA. He has a professional record of 13 victories with 2 defeats, 7 wins by KO, 1 win by submission. Jeez. And he is on an 11-fight win streak. Holy shit. He has 3 UFC fights, currently coming off a TKO victory over Yanis Gemori back in September of 2023. From Brazil, Joanderson Tuberto Brito is the favorite in this fight at negative 265. He is 29 years old, stands at 5'8", and his fighting style is a striker. He has a professional record of 17 victories with 3 defeats and 1 draw, 8 wins by KO, 7 wins by submission, and 10 first-round finishes. He has 6 UFC fights, 5 victories with 1 defeat, currently coming off a TKO victory from Jack Shore back in May of 2024. I almost want to go with the underdog on this, bro. And yes, that is from France. I almost want to. He's on an 11-fight win streak.
Bro. Damn, dude, they made this one tough, bro. Mm-hmm. This one's a tough one. Mm-hmm. I'm still going William Gomis, though. I'm going William.
Are you?
I'm going William.
Okay. I'm going to have to go with... I don't want to. For some reason, I want to go with the Frenchman, but I'm looking at Brito and just being like, he's the favorite in this fight at negative 265. Yes, 17 victories, 8 wins by KO and 7 wins by submission. So meaning that he's very well adversed on the feet and on the ground. So I'm going Brito.
Okay.
Brito.
Don't mind it at all.
I know.
Don't mind it. Because in the men's middleweight division, we have Nassardine Imavov against your boy, Brendan Allen.
B. Allen. Yep. In the middleweight division of 185 pounds from France, UFC's number 4 ranked middleweight in the world, Nassardine Imavov, is the favorite in this fight at negative 245. He's 20 years old. Yeah, he's the favorite. I know.
That's not a pick'em?
No.
That should be a pick'em.
Thank you for saying something.
That should be a fucking pick'em.
This should be negative 108 and negative 108.
Like, it should again, I'm all out France, but this fight here, I can't even pick.
This is fair.
I can't fucking pick.
That's what I'm saying. This is straight up.
I mean, I could see Brendan getting it done.
Yes.
The only, and I'll let you get back to the stats. My fault. But the only thing that I could see that Nassardine would have ahead of him is that knockout of fucking
his hands.
Jared.
Yeah.
It's the knockout.
Yes. That's about it. So his hands.
Because I feel like Brendan's going to attack his gas tank. Because remember, I forgot what fight it was, but I remember somebody was hitting Nassardine in his body, like killing his body.
Over and over.
And he just, it killed his gas tank. But, okay, I'm sorry. My 2 cents.
You're good.
Go ahead, take it
away. You're good. You're good. He's the favorite. Yes, he's 28 years old, stands at 6'3", and his fighting style is a striker. He does have a professional record of 14 victories with 4 defeats, 6 wins by KO, 4 wins by submission, and 7 first-round finishes. He has 9 UFC fights, 6 victories, 2 defeats, and 1 no contest. Currently coming off a TKO victory over Jared, your favorite last name, Cannonier, back in June of 2024. From USA, UFC's number 8 ranked middleweight in the world, Brendan All-In Allen, B. Allen, is the underdog of this fight at plus 200. Yeah, no. He is 20 years old, stands at 6'2", and his fighting style is MMA. He does have a professional record of 24 victories with 5 defeats, 5 wins by KO, 14 wins by submission, and he is on a 7-fight win streak.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I know. That's why you look at it. Yes, he has 14 UFC fights, 12 victories with 2 defeats, currently coming off this split decision victory over Chris Curtis back in April of 2024.
Guys.
I know. I'm going with B. Allen. I'm going my
bro,
boy,
you know
my
what?
dog, my homie.
I'm breaking my fucking
Allen.
trend. I'm going B. Allen too, bro.
Yes.
I think I'm going all underdogs because
I don't get this one. I completely agree with you on this.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. This should be a negative 108 for both of them, or plus 125 for each. Right? Like, what are you doing here?
Fucking interesting.
Let us make some money. Go plus 125. Like, what do you? But
maybe they know
plus
something
negative
we don't know.
245
I mean, maybe
plus
because
200.
he's at home, Nassardine. I don't fucking know. But in order to put,
is he supposed to be the number one contender?
That should be a fucking
when
fight,
he's number
bro.
4. Is that why we have going on number 4 versus number 8? It's like, wait.
Yeah, but B. Allen's been. I mean, he beat fucking Chris Curtis, bro.
TKO too.
Anyways,
So,
now
the
reason why we're all here, and I think this is going to be a juicy fight.
No, it is.
In the men's lightweight division, we have Renato Moicano against Benoit Denis.
Money versus God of War. Woo! Money Moicano versus God of War. Yep. Ready?
Oh man, this fight makes me nervous.
This one right here,
because I have 2 horses in this race, and it's both of them.
You do.
I fucking like.
He
both
loves
of them.
Moicano all, but this year he loves Moicano. But BSD is gonna hurt you.
Some fucking BSD, bro. Guys, I'm sorry. Disclaimer: I'm not picking.
I'm okay with it on that one. This one I will kind of allow you. But if you were leaning towards somebody, who are you leaning toward? BSD.
Yes and no.
If it stands on its feet.
I don't know how he's going to recover after getting knocked the fuck out by fucking Dustin. I don't know.
These factors, I know.
That's why I'm very hesitant on who I want to go with.
The fact that money's on a roll right now, too.
But if it goes to the ground, and I know Moicano likes going to the ground, he has good, but fucking Benoit's fucking amazing on the ground.
Especially because he stopped all of Dustin Poirier's guillotine chokes and got out of every single one, and they were tight.
That one, it's for me, it's tough, bro. Like, I don't know which way you would want to go.
I'll let you think about it. Let me do the stats, and then I'll come back to you on that.
Please.
In the lightweight division of 155 pounds, one of the deepest divisions in the entire UFC.
100%.
Yeah. From Brazil, UFC's number 11th ranked lightweight in the world. Renato Money Moicano is the underdog in this fight at plus 225. He is 35 years old, stands at 5'11". His fighting style is jiu-jitsu. He does have a professional record of 19 victories, 5 defeats, and 1 draw, 10 wins by submission, and 4 first-round finishes. Money has 16 UFC fights, 11 victories, 5 defeats, currently coming off a TKO victory over Jalen Turner.
Nasty.
Back in April of 2024. From France, UFC's number 12th ranked lightweight in the world, BSD, Benoit Saint-Denis, God of War, is the favorite in this fight at negative 270. Negative 270. Jeez. He is 28 years old, stands at 5'11", and his fighting style is MMA. He does have a professional record of 13 victories, 2 defeats, 4 wins by KO, and 9 wins by submission, and 7 first-round finishes. He has 7 UFC fights, 5 victories, 2 defeats. First UFC loss, and his last fight, which was coming off a KO loss to the Diamond, Dustin Poirier, back in March of 2024. If I were to put my money down on this one, my money is not going with Money Moicano, unfortunately. I'm going with BSD on this one, but is a very, very hesitant on this one because I know how good Money Moicano is on the ground, and I think that's where Money Moicano is going to beat BSD if this is going to be a loss for BSD. BSD is going to hit him with his hands and hurt him and ground and pound him in round number 2 and take him out.
Fuck.
Give a disclaimer on both. I don't care.
Nah, I'll go BSD.
Are you? Okay.
I'll go BSD.
What's pushing you that way?
The ground.
Yeah.
I think he survived some of those traps, and I think he may be able to do a reversal and get Moicano out.
Mm-hmm. Just smash on him.
Again, he has a good ground game, guys. He has a very good ground game. He ain't no joke.
No.
Again, this is a guy that's been in the military. He's done some things that I'm pretty sure he probably doesn't want to talk about.
No.
So when it comes to mentality-wise, I think he's going to be there. Now, obviously, the only disclaimer would be if we see some of the issues that happened with Dustin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he had staph.
He did.
Remember, so like those things, and obviously the knockout, like that could play a factor. That's a big factor for me.
Right.
But I just feel if they're both at 100%, no issues, no nothing, BSD gets it done.
I think so.
Well before judges' scorecards.
How do you see Money winning this if he does? If you were to go the other way,
knockout.
Money's going to knock him out.
It's got to be a knockout.
Really?
It has to be a knockout.
You think he's got a little bit of a glass chin because of the last one?
Well, yes. BSD, yes. But I just feel like on the ground it's going to be evenly matched, but it would go towards BSD.
Okay.
Only like if Moicano's just trying to hold him, right? Hold him. Maybe you might delay a little bit, but I just think overall he's got to put him out.
He does.
And we've seen that, right? You touch him. You could touch BSD. You could fucking touch him. Look what Dustin did. You could touch him. And he may go out. I mean, you never know.
Mhm.
But, I mean, he's going to continue going,
Yeah.
right? And going and
Yeah.
going. So you really got to put that will. And Moicano, based off his last fights, remember, he was getting his ass beat
He was.
too, right? And then he went through, and then he got his result by a fucking knockout against Jalen Turner, who we all fucking like.
And I don't think Money Moicano has that good of hands.
He has decent hands.
I'm just saying, not that good, not compared to BSD or to Dustin Diamond. Maybe I should have prefaced it with that. Compared to BSD and compared to Dustin, like, this is an easier fight for BSD.
Well, I mean, Dustin's hands is probably better than obviously better than both of them.
Yeah, it's one of the best in the division. One of
not in the division. Getting carried away.
I'm sorry. I'm giving his hated person a little too much credit here.
You're getting carried away a little bit there, but no, he does have some good hands, and I obviously think he's better than both of them. But yeah, dude, I just BSD. Don't roll BSD.
Same here.
BSD for sure.
But don't be surprised if BSD gets caught. Don't be surprised if he gets wrapped up in a guillotine or something where he gets choked out. Don't be surprised.
So, I mean, I know that's going to conclude our France card, but I do want to remind everybody, because I don't know about you, Cariss, but this UFC, this UFC 307 has really got your boy Cameron in a good mood.
Who's the 307?
Because, guys, you don't know who 307 is. I'm going to tell you right now. 307 is Alex Pereira against Khalil Roundtree.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that's all I'm worried about. I don't care about any other fights on that card. I'm being very honest with you guys.
Okay, you're talking about that card.
I don't care about any other fight on that card. These are two guys who I absolutely love. And they're going to fight. And you know what makes this even better for you as a fan? These guys will not go to the ground.
No, they're standing up.
It's going to be stand and bang.
Mm-hmm.
You want strikers? You ain't getting no Marab in this one. You ain't getting that. No.
No, we don't want that.
You like O'Malley striking?
Yes.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this: Pereira's is way better. Guess what? Guess what else?
So is Khalil's.
Khalil's is way better too.
So is Khalil.
Hey, at a heavier weight class, these boys are gonna throw.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Wait, what's that? What's coming up after 307? What's 308?
308. Let's see. Well, I mean, we do have a fight night in Vegas, right? So that's going to be October 12th. 308. Adonde está? It is your boy Ilya Topuria against Max the Blessed Express Holloway.
That's what I'm waiting for. That's the one I'm waiting for. Look at that card.
That's at the end of the month. That's actually the date after my daughter's birthday.
Wow.
So I'm definitely not going to forget that one.
Nope. That's the one I'm looking forward to. I'm looking for the forward
is
to
that
the
in
fight.
Vegas?
I don't know if they've. Yeah, I think that is T-Mobile. No, or is that?
Where is
I don't know. Look, please pull it up, please. I think.
Let's see.
I should know that. I'm sorry. I should know that.
Let me see.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the fight of Brazilian Terminator and Khalil Roundtree, but I don't really know many other else on that card. But I'm looking forward to it. Most people are looking forward to this Max Holloway and Ilya Topuria fight.
That's UFC 308, right?
308.
UFC 308. Let's see. That is
Hamzat Chimaev, Robert Whittaker.
Oh, it's in Abu Dhabi.
Ooh, Cyril Gane and Volkov. I think that fight's off, though.
Oh, fuck, dude. I totally forgot. Hamzat's fighting in this game.
Yes!
Guys,
I'm looking forward to that card.
Fucking hell. Okay, wait, hold on. Now
but I don't care. I just want blessed.
Guys. Dude. Sharabutin?
The one-eyed pirate. The one-eyed
Armin
pirate.
Petrosian?
Yes!
That's it for now. I mean, that's all the fights have announced for now.
Cyril Gane and Volkov, but that's not going to happen because Volkov, I think, got hurt.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Go to the prelims. What's the main one on the prelim?
Leron Murphy,
and
Dan Ige, Jeff Neal, Rafa dos Santos, Abus Magomedov against Bruno Ferreira. Don't really care about those guys. Oh,
fuckered him off.
Oh shit! Against Nurzilton, Rosie Bowen.
Rosie Bowen.
That's gonna be a good one too. That's not a bad card, ladies and gentlemen. That is actually UFC a decent card. You know what? Now I'm curious. Let's look at 307. Okay, so we have Raquel Pennington against Juliana Pena. That's your co-main. Yeah, I think Juliana's going to just take her down.
I hope so.
I don't care about that one.
Actually, no, I want Pennington.
Ketlin Vieira against Kayla Harrison, so we can see Kayla again.
Okay.
Roman Dolidze against Kevin Holland.
Trailblazer.
Let's see, early prelims. Tracy Pennington against Carla Esparza. The only fight that we know that got canceled so far is Aljamain against Mavsar Evlov. Oh,
okay. Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay, there's two here. There's two here on the prelims I'm excited for. Steven Thompson against Joaquin Buckley, because Joaquin's finally getting his shit.
He is.
Right? He's been calling for that a while. And then also in the middleweight division, Cesar Almeida against Ihor Poteria.
Wow.
That should be a very good fight. Wow. Entertaining at its finest.
Okay.
So those two pay-per-views look pretty juicy. Personally, I think it's all leading up to one pay-per-view.
UFC 309. Yep, 307, 308, 309 is going to be, going to be 3 bangers in a row.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So some good fights.
Where's
some good fights
309
coming up.
Oof. That's Madison Square Garden. That's the one I was thinking of.
Madison Square. Sorry. It's in the Garden. In the fucking Garden.
Mm-hmm. And they go big in the Garden.
Right? Yeah, they do.
They usually do.
That would not be a bad fight to attend.
No.
It's too bad they're doing the max in that fucking Abu Dhabi, bro.
Yeah, I know. He does well in Abu Dhabi, though. He won his last couple fights.
That was in Vegas.
It should be.
So
actually, that one should be Spain.
Yeah, but Hamzat can't.
Oh, that's
the
why.
issue.
There's the caveat. That's
you see, come to America.
That's the rub.
Oh man, love it. Well, dude, anything else you want to?
No.
Drop?
No. Sorry, no. Thank you to the 10th Planet Boys. Shout out to all of you guys. Shout out to my coach Josh and Kevin. Thank you guys so much for prepping me and getting me ready. But even big shout out to everybody in the gym with me to put the time in, put the effort in, and help me out trying to just get ready, just like I'm trying to help you guys out every single day. This is not a one-sided thing. This is both ways. So I'm trying to help you just as much as you're trying to help me. And I can't thank you guys enough for being in there. Get on the mats as much as you can. You'll learn as much as you can, as fast as you can. Take time off. You're not going to learn. You're not going to get any better, and you're going to get submitted.
You said it. You said it at best. The only thing I'm going to say is teamwork makes the dream work.
It sure does.
That's it. But guys, it's been nice. Thanks for tuning in. The MMA game is out.
Where do we see you? See you in Vegas? See you in Abu Dhabi? See you I was
see you in Paris, mon ami.
And we out.